Look at the space between your hands. What do you see? Nothing. Empty air, a gap, an absence. But what if I told you that this nothing is the most crowded place in the universe? That every cubic centimeter of empty space contains more energy than all the stars combined? That the void isn't empty at all, it's seething, vibrating, creating and destroying particles billions of times per second? What you call nothing is actually everything in disguise. The ancient mystics knew this. They called it śūnyatā, the fertile void, the pregnant emptiness. Modern physics confirmed it. They call it the quantum vacuum, the ground state, the field from which all things emerge. The void is not the absence of something. It's the presence of everything before it becomes anything. And understanding this might change how you see reality itself. Welcome to Unfurling. When you look at the night sky, you see stars scattered across darkness. But the darkness between the stars isn't empty. It's filled with electromagnetic radiation, cosmic rays, neutrinos passing through by the trillions, dark matter we can't see but know is there, dark energy pushing the universe apart. The empty space between galaxies contains about 1 atom per cubic meter. That sounds empty, but space is vast. Add it all up, and there's more matter in the void than in all the stars and planets combined. But let's go smaller. Look at the air in front of you. It seems like nothing, but every breath you take contains about 25 sextillion molecules. That's 25 followed by 21 zeros. In what looks like empty space, now go smaller still. Look at the space inside an atom. If the nucleus of an atom were the size of a marble, the nearest electron would be 2 kilometers away. Everything in between? We call it empty. But it's not. It's filled with quantum fields, invisible, omnipresent, vibrating at frequencies we can't perceive. These fields are the true fabric of reality, and they're never still. Even at absolute zero, when all thermal motion stops, the quantum fields keep fluctuating. They can't stop. The uncertainty principle won't let them. This is the zero-point energy of the vacuum, the energy of nothing, and it's enormous. In the 1,940 seconds, physicists made a disturbing discovery. When they calculated the energy contained in empty space, the number was absurd. Infinite, actually. They had to use mathematical tricks to get sensible answers. But even the conservative estimates suggest that 1 cubic centimeter of empty space contains more energy than 1 billion atomic bombs. This isn't science fiction. This is mainstream physics. The vacuum is not nothing. It's a roiling sea of virtual particles, popping into existence and vanishing again in timescales too short to measure. Electron-positron pairs, quark-antiquark pairs, ghosts of particles that almost exist. In 1948, Dutch physicist Hendrik Casimir predicted something strange. If you place 2 metal plates very close together in a vacuum, they should be pushed toward each other. Why? Because the virtual particles outside the plates outnumber those between them. The void itself creates pressure. This was confirmed experimentally in 1997. The Casimir effect is real. Empty space pushes. Nothing has force. Stephen Hawking built on this. He showed that near black holes, virtual particles can be separated. One falls in, one escapes. The escaping particle becomes real. The black hole loses energy. This is Hawking radiation. Black holes evaporate because the void isn't empty. Creation happens at the edge of annihilation. Something emerges from nothing. Constantly. 25 centuries before quantum mechanics, the Buddha spoke of śūnyatā, emptiness. But the Buddhist concept of emptiness is not nihilistic. It doesn't mean nothing exists. It means nothing exists independently. Everything arises in relationship. Everything depends on everything else. Nothing has inherent, separate, standalone existence. The Heart Sutra puts it directly. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. This isn't poetry. It's ontology. What appears solid is actually empty of independent existence. What appears empty is actually full of interdependent arising. The Taoists saw it too. The Tao Te Ching speaks of the usefulness of emptiness. We shape clay into a pot, but it is the emptiness inside that holds whatever we want. We hammer wood for a house, but it is the inner space that makes it livable. We work with being, but non-being is what we use. Emptiness isn't lack, it's potential. The void isn't dead space, it's the womb of creation. In Tibetan Buddhism, this is called the Dharmakaya, the body of emptiness, the ground of all being, not a thing, but the space in which all things arise. When physicists describe the quantum vacuum as the ground state from which particles emerge, they're describing what contemplatives have experienced for millennia. The mystics didn't have particle accelerators, but they had attention, and attention, turned inward deeply enough, reveals the same truth. What looks like nothing is actually the source of everything. Here's what might be the strangest idea in modern cosmology. The universe may have come from nothing. Not nothing as in empty space. Nothing as in no space, no time, no laws, no anything. Physicist Alexander Vilenkin proposed that the universe could quantum tunnel into existence from absolute nothing. No cause, no before, no reason. Just a fluctuation from non-being to being. It sounds impossible, but quantum mechanics allows impossible things to happen as long as they happen briefly enough. And if time itself began with the universe, there's no how long to measure. The universe could be the ultimate free lunch. Something from nothing. Existence borrowing itself into being. Physicist Lawrence Krauss argues that nothingness is unstable. Given enough nothing, something will inevitably appear. The void can't stay void. Emptiness is too full of potential. This connects to something deeper. In many creation myths, the world begins not with a god making things, but with a primordial void. The Greeks called it chaos, not disorder, but the gaping emptiness before form. The Hebrew Bible begins, "The earth was formless and void." The Hindu tradition speaks of the cosmic night of Brahman, the dreamless sleep before creation stirs. Across cultures, humans have intuited that something comes from nothing, that the void is not death, but the prerequisite for birth. That emptiness is not the opposite of existence, it's its mother. This isn't just cosmology, it's psychology. Think about creativity. Where do ideas come from? You sit with a problem, you struggle, you think harder. Nothing. Then you let go. You take a walk, you stop trying, and the idea arrives. From where? From the emptiness you created by stopping, the void you allowed by not filling every moment with effort. Creativity requires emptiness. So does listening. When someone speaks to you, what happens if your mind is already full? Full of responses, full of judgments, full of your own story. You hear words, but you don't receive them. Real listening requires emptiness, a space for the other person to exist in you. So does love. To truly love someone, you must have space for them. Not space you've filled with your projections of who they should be. Empty space, accepting space, room for them to be themselves. The void is not cold, it's welcoming. Meditation traditions have known this for centuries. The practice isn't about filling your mind with good thoughts. It's about emptying your mind of all thoughts, creating space, becoming void. And in that void, something arises. Clarity, peace, insight. Not because you manufactured them, because you stopped blocking them. The fullness was always there. You just needed to get empty enough to receive it. So what does it mean that the void is not empty? It means reality isn't what it appears. The solid world is mostly space. The empty space is mostly energy. The energy is mostly potential. And potential is just another name for what hasn't happened yet. You are made of void. The atoms in your body are 99.9999999% empty space. But that emptiness is buzzing with quantum fields. You are emptiness experiencing itself as form. You are the void, looking back at the void, wondering what it is. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to fear emptiness. Not the emptiness of space, not the emptiness of loss, not the emptiness of not knowing. Because emptiness is never truly empty. It's where everything begins. Every breath starts from empty lungs. Every thought emerges from silent mind. Every moment arises from the void of the previous moment. Emptiness is not the end. It's the eternal beginning. Since you've made it this far, take a few moments to sit with what we've explored. The void is not empty. It's where particles flicker in and out of existence. It's where the universe may have begun. It's where your next thought will come from. Emptiness is not lack. It's infinite potential waiting to become. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. You are both. The nothing that became something. The void that learned to wonder. Look at the space between your hands again. It's not empty. It's everything that hasn't happened yet. And it's waiting for you. If this resonated, subscribe to Unfurling. And let me know in the comments, what has emerged from emptiness in your life? Until next time, let it unfurl.